Hi, I'm Jim Raffle. Welcome to this episode of the Jim and Shelby Show, all things print podcast. I'm joined as always by...
I am Shelby Sapusik, and how are you doing today, Jim?
I'm good. And I say joined as always. Every now and then you're not here, so I should probably change that intro, right?
Every once in a while. I mean, rarely, but it does happen.
It does. It does. So what are we here to talk about today?
Well, I think it's time that we started to talk about this fall's trade shows. We're going to have some speaking engagements at two of them. So I thought we'd talk about those today. And the very first one is coming up in just a couple of weeks.
And that is UV Energize, right?
Yep, in Nashville, hosted by PDS Equipment.
It is. It is. And so we've got a few things going on there. We're going to be on a panel discussion. They're kind of having a pre-conference on Tuesday that week.
Yeah, so the conference itself is Tuesday, September 5th through Thursday, the 7th at the Westin Hotel, 807 Clark Place in Nashville.
Now, the thing is, it's sold out.
Yes, that's true.
So we don't want to tease you guys too much. But guess what? When we start promoting it next year, like 6 and 7 months ahead of the event, and you wonder why we're promoting it so far ahead of time, it's because unlike a traditional trade show, it has a limited attendance.
I actually forgot it was sold out. That's right, it is.
Yeah, I mean, we can't offer more seats, but I think it's still worth talking about so that people who were on the fence and didn't jump in, guess what? Jump in early. They do limit the attendance because there's limitations to how many people can be in the meeting rooms that they reserve at the Westin, because there is a mini trade show there, and it's more than mini. It's getting to be a pretty good sized little trade show. But the main purpose of UV Energize is education. And so on Tuesday, we're part of a panel with Mamaki talking about advanced color for the Rasterlink RIP, I believe, right?
So technically it's called Advanced Rasterlink Control Class, and we're working with Carissa Tui of Mumaki. She's going to be on the panel as well. And while she'll be going over some very Rasterlink specific technology, we're going to be discussing the color management portion of it. And after that, I think it's going to be more of we have a brief presentation, but it's going to be mostly a panel discussion. It's an hour and a half, 2 to 3:30 on Tuesday, September 5th.
Yep. And then there's some fun parts to UV Energize starting Tuesday night and Wednesday night. But during the day on Wednesday and Thursday, there is a trade show that goes on the entire day, and we will have a little booth. And we're calling our booth an education station, because we're going to have some equipment there from Nix, and we may also have some X-Rite and Barbieri equipment there. So we're going to be really featuring color measurement, color verification, color process control, color profiling. We'll have the Onyx RIP there as well, because Onyx plays very nicely with Mamaki equipment now. And so we'll be hopefully building some profiles using a UV printer, using Onyx right there in our booth that we can show people. So we'll be very focused on education and less on selling things.
Yep, we have a lot of cool things to show you, so I hope you stop by our booth.
Yep.
If you're going to be there.
And again, we don't want to tease you too much, but next year
Right.
when you see us promoting this 6-8 months ahead of time, register.
Okay. So moving on to October, the third week, October 18th through 20th, is Printing United Expo, and that's going to be held in Atlanta this year.
It is.
We've submitted 2 speaking proposals, and we were accepted to do 2 speaking presentations. So the first one is October 18th, first day of the show at 2 p.m. And I assume we're going to be outside the trade show floor in one of the educational rooms. And once we know where that's going to be, we will let everybody know. But I do know it's going to be at 2 p.m. on October 18th. And that presentation is going to be 10 tips to perfect your color management strategy.
So we're going to give away all our secrets in 45 minutes.
With some time for Q&A, yeah. The next day on October 19th is our second presentation. That one's going to be at noon. Again, when we know exactly what room we'll be in, I'll let you know. But that one is, I like the name of this one. Why does my color make me cringe?
And why does it?
Well, we'll get into that when we get to the presentation, won't we?
So all the secrets we didn't give away on Wednesday, we're going to give away on Thursday?
Well, I think the Thursday presentation, actually, if I look at these, if you go to both presentations, I think the first one is going to be more like, these are 10 things real quick that you can do in minutes to help your overall color management strategy. And then I think day 2, why does my color make me cringe? These are going to be, there's not going to be 10 topics. I think we actually have narrowed it down to 5, but they're 5 very important, very complex, but very commonplace issues that come up with color quality. And we're not only going to discuss what those problems are, we're going to explain how they happen and give you some steps, maybe some tips, tricks on how to fix those problems. So that one's a little bit more advanced.
I was going to say a little deeper dive. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. We do have one more trade show this year yet, right?
We do. We're not speaking at that one, but later on in October, we will be traveling to lovely Las Vegas, October 31st to November 2nd. One of my favorite trade shows, SEMA, which is the car show. If you wonder why we end up at a car show every few years, we go about every couple years. We have a lot of clients who do vehicle wraps. And so, the print industry is big with vehicle wraps. And so it makes sense that we go every once in a while. I know that we'll probably see Mamaki and Muto there. Some of our small shop clients will be there too. And it's just a fun show. And of course, we might take, if you've taken our classes, you may have seen our custom test print with the Shelby Cubed. We might be taking a new version of that this year.
And I'm pointing because Jake's going to insert the picture right where I'm pointing.
Oh, okay.
But I was pointing the wrong way. So now this is
maybe. I don't know. I don't. Just
I like to make his editing jobs more fun. So let's both point at the same time. All right. Well, that's cool. We've got a bunch of shows coming up. And as you might imagine, we will build podcast episodes around those shows. And
yeah, so if you see us out on the trade show floor and you, with our mics and our cameras, you can stop us and give us your 2 cents on how you think the show is going or something cool that you saw at the show. If you are interested in meeting up with us at any of the shows that we've mentioned, email me at shelby@colorcasters.com. And we're really busy, especially during Printing United, but we'll find a time.
All right. Well, we're going to keep this episode short unless you have more to add.
I think that's it.
All right. We'll see you again when we do another episode.